Hello, it's a pleasure to have you on the program again. It is the economy today on KAFTAN television. And as always, every Wednesday, at least since the beginning of the year, we've had this particular segment where there is a learning process that's going on. And today we'll do the same. Okechukwu Onubogu here, by the way. And I've got the guest, of course, that will be with me on the program today here. Today, anyway, it will be just one guest. You know, normally we get to have one or two, as the case may be, on the program. And today I have the one guest that will be with me is the team lead, of course. And I'm talking about Dr. James Komolafe. James Komolafe is special in every way because there are so many things about him. But most of all, is the one that helps people make money. And that's about the most important thing we need to hear about him today on the program. He's here with me. He's here with me. I want to say welcome, straight away, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so very much. Good to be here, okay?
Yes.
I hope you are catching fun and making money.
That's it, sir. And dear viewer, this is the aim, for you to catch fun and to make money. And looking at the topic we have for today, you see that New Year reinforcement is on. And talking about the fact that it is the 6th edition of talking about that same reinforcement. And we want to ensure that startups will not make mistakes so that they will not at the end of the day say, that thing didn't work. But as you follow it effectively and you see what happens, you avoid the common mistakes that startups make. That's it on the program. These are common mistakes. I want to ask, please do know that we still have a news beat that will come up on the program, and we still have the financial sector that will still come. But before we go into all of them, I want to start with him straight away, and I want to ask him, what are these mistakes? What are these common mistakes that startups make most of the time, sir?
Well, there is a work on a research-based, evidence-based work around the African climb, with Abuja, Nigeria being the pilot. And the mistakes are common. There are about 25 of them, for which a book is available out there for you. 25 common mistakes that startups make. And while we're pushing out some of these issues is that on very many occasions, we read the books, we get the seminar, the webinar, and all the like, but behavior, the behavior of the startup himself or herself leaves much to be desired. And you see, who are startups? You have an idea there you want to push out, you have an opportunity with the idea, and there is a need for that idea. Either you've been in business or you want to work it afresh to make it sellable, marketable, and that you have a product to it or a service attached to it, and you know where it is needed, especially on a continuous note. You are a startup because you want to be able to put all of this together to service a need. You are not looking for money and you say, oh, let me go into business. What is moving, what is not moving. So, and you see, if you become a startup simply because money is your first consideration, where you are not starting excellently. You say, but doctor, what do you mean? People go into business for profit and for making money. True, but if that is your first experience and your first expectation, I'm sorry, you won't go too far. Because once money is not made at the snap of a finger, you just drop it and go for something else. And like Oke said, you say, this thing is not working. So we are going to just keep ourselves within 5 of those mistakes startup make. And what's the first one there? You see, the first one is that they start strong and then relax. You don't see continuity, momentum is lost. Maybe as a startup, you just felt that, oh, this product or service is needed somewhere, and quickly you rush, you put all of the excitement and all of the passion at first instance, and afterwards your zeal goes down. You are not too keen about it, possibly because of the impact of your service, which may be good, bad, or ugly, but because of your reaction towards it, you say, "Kai, it's not worth it." If you are an entrepreneur and you are just a startup and you are not ready to bear some of this risk, you just discover that people begin to withdraw their mood from your service or product. And you see, the first thing customers withdraw is not service. They withdraw their mood, their emotion, the good emotion that will make them to patronize you. So that's why your attitude is critical as number one error. If you fail in that place, I'm sorry, that business will continue for too long, because people get disappointed. They say they start picking fault, not essentially at your product, but at you who is offering the product or service. So startup, be in a very high spirit, good spirit, know your onion, and be ready to engage people on a very positive note, and that on a continuum. Don't make up your mind to start and to want to just stop it because of a little hitch, or because of a conversational issue, or because of a small conflict for which you can solve, or even customers' response to you. And you see, they say customer is king. That looks true to some extent, but they are not king all of the time, especially when they are out of themselves in bad behavior. So you, as a startup who wants to go into business, you must be ready to be all eyes, all ears, but not all mouth.
Yes, because if you get to be all mouth, there'll be trouble.
There'll be trouble there.
Respond to everyone that does something wrong or says something wrong, then the business will go down.
Business goes down immediately. So business is life. But you need a good relationship to start it up. We'll call it startup, not start continue or start finish. So if it is a startup, that means that's just the beginning of the experience, of the exercise. So whatever you begin with for an attitude, please keep up with it. Good spirit, high spirit. Because, okay, you know, there are occasions where you don't even need a particular service, but because of the enthusiasm of the seller, the happiness and the joy he brings into it.
Exactly.
And you just say, wow, no, let me repair my image. For this guy to market this product, although I don't really need it, but let me not disappoint him.
Exactly. I've seen it happen on several occasions where people now start doing things because of the way the person that brought that thing is. So, you know,
very vital. So once you begin with a high spirit, please don't go low. Your first impression matters wherever you are selling. In fact, it's one of the rules in marketing. You see, first impression, the law of first impression. If you are starting with high spirit, make sure you sustain that tempo. And your capacity to sustain that tempo over time as you transact for profitable endeavor is called momentum. So build momentum. Let people know you, that you are happy with what you do, how you do it, where you do it, for when you do it. This is very pivotal. So it's number one.
This happens to be number one.
Yes.
And there are 5 of them for us to look at this day.
Great.
So do we say let's take the second one now?
The second one.
After which we'll get on to the segment of the financial stories.
Yeah.
Stock exchange. So
the second one is that some startups, not all of them of course, push money forward too soon money, money, money. How much will you pay me? What will you pay me? And all that. And you see, they push down relationship. Everything about life, startup, no startup, whatever, relationship first. Don't push money forward. In fact, I've gone to do some certain services in some certain platforms and all that. When they say, doctor, how much? Tell us the bill, tell us the price. I come from the place of value first.
Yes.
These are my offerings. This is what you will benefit. This is how to take your game forward and all of that.
Yes.
But by the time you just land money and say, okay, how much will you pay? Okay, how much? Oh, you have not paid me, and you have not really finished about the pricing. People get pushed up. They say, this one is just out to sell himself. And you see, you are not there as a startup because you have a need, essentially, but you are out there as a startup because your client has a need for which you have what it takes to meet.
Yes.
So critical intervention is very important. You want to solve a problem, find where the problem is. In fact, we created a maxim or an anthem, so to speak. It is called the FANAFI. FANAFI. Find a need and fix it. Not find money anyhow, anywhere. It's a need. You have a seed. You want to plant on a field in order to meet the need of your client, so that at the end of the day there's a yield. So find the field and see how to extol the value you are contributing. Don't put money first.
Doctor, if you ask me,
yes,
I would even want to make it better by calling it FANAFIT.
Good.
Because FANAFIT makes it more
so
interesting.
Find a need and fit
it.
Okay.
You know, that IT.
Yes.
I didn't stop at I from it.
Okay.
I took it both.
You took it both.
Yes.
FANAFIT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you like, now fix it totally.
Fix it totally. People are happy when you solve their problems. And in fact, one of the issues about fixing price and mentioning money first is the fact that, do you know your client also could at times determine what value you go home?
You're correct.
If you are meeting with a high net worth, the bourgeois, people who have the wherewithal of this life, it's different from when you are meeting, I'm sorry to say, a trader by the roadside for the same commodity or service. So if you are too quick to just say, this is my general price,
you're losing
you
out.
are shooting yourself on the leg. You lose out. But you say, sir, the wisdom we tell startups is that, just as you say the value and the what, don't mention the price. Especially when it is one-off service.
Yes.
One-off service to a high brand. You say, sir, pay me your what? Use your discretion, sir. The guy can just look at you and say, young girl, young lady like this, young man like this, sweating like this. And where you have mentioned 10,000, we'll just say, okay, take 30,000 and still feel it is small. Yes. And he will say, sorry, just manage this 30,000. Meanwhile, in the ordinary sense of it,
you would have gone on with 10,000.
With 10,000 and still be thanking God that you made profit. So, a huge lot. Celebrate the value you are bringing. And the value is not just in the product or service, even in your own package as an individual. That's why when we train startups there, we also brand their personal identity. To say, hey, your personality comes before your product. Nobody is going to take your product serious if your person is somehow, you are not friendly, you are pushing money forward too much. Before they talk, you say this thing is very costly, you know things are costly now, and you begin to just exalt cost. Some even go into swearing and say, God sees me. This was how much I bought it. Why would you do all those
Which
stuff?
in most cases happens
to
be
lies.
lies.
So lies and all of that. So why will you go into that? Be friendly, be courteous. make friends with your client and all that, so that there can be an access road for you to make penetration. That's why you cannot do APC, not as per politics now.
Yes.
You will not be able to make sales a worthy endeavor. And what is this APC? Okay, it is appreciating your customer. That's the letter A there. Oh, who is my customer? What does he really want? How do I package this product or service for his benefit at best level? That is A. How about P? The individual you appreciate, you are going to be able to penetrate. That is penetration. And when you are able to penetrate his emotion, you arouse his attention, and then his passion is open up to you. Wow, you make contribution. You strike a deal. He wants to pick it at your price and say, oh, it's reasonable. Why? Because you have captured him. So the individual you have not captured, you cannot contain in the place of sales and marketing. So very vital. Please don't push money forward first. Rather, push value. And the value begins from you as an individual. The way you dress, of course, people say, is the way you are addressed. So you don't sell a very high value product or service and you look shabbily. Or you are looking very cute like, okay, my friend, but your face is painting another picture entirely. You are not going to be able to sell that product even when it is in high demand and needed. So very vital. That's the second
That's the
stop.
second one.
Yes.
Okay, we'll return to this. We'll continue. We really want to finish with the first 5 because there are 25 of them. And just as I said, there is a book that is written, quite a pity I won't be able to show you this book right now, but you get to see it later as we go on the program. But let me say, right now, we'll go to the stock exchange. Let's talk about what happened yesterday at the stock market. We'll return and continue. And so let's take it, first of all, look at the stock, look at the main one that is the first in the stock exchange today. There is the all share index and all that we're supposed to see right away. That's it, the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And so look at it, all share index closer, you see that there is an improvement again, and that is on 0.31% improvement. Of course, it has gone on a bullish note again. Well, we also have value traded in Naira, 24.7 billion Naira. We have a volume over 776 million. We have the market capital in Naira, of course, as 106.5 trillion. That's for the general thing that happened at the stock exchanges today. Now let's look. Among them, we'll see the ones that are the top gainers, and then you get to know what has happened. Yes, we have Union Decon, Union Dicon, depending on how you see it. There is 9.92. Again, as I said it, but all on pure bullish terms. They have 10% increase. IMG has also 10%, all on 10% really, 10.00%. 9.90 IMG for Union.com, and for IMG is 34.65, and Zichis is 5.06, while Austin Lars is 4.7 kobo increase. Yes, There are those who would even, among so many others who were those who gained, we brought the first 4. And so again, there were those who decided not to trade because of some difficulties they may have seen. That's why we call them the top decliners or top losers. And so that's what we're going to look at now. And among them, there are many, of course, there could be about many, but then we have the first 4, the top 4, talking about Omatech losing 2.43. They are all, of course, that's 10%, and QTix is 10% as well, 10.00%, along with Omatech. While New-Home rate has 8.99%, while Sinu Assurance has is 8 or 9 now, 8.34 or so. Well, you're seeing it. So QTix is there for 3.15 kobo. New-Home rate is 76.50, while Sonha Assurance has 4.62. Then again, we're looking at all of them. There are people who brought in the main money that stock went with yesterday. And so we have them as top traders. Let's look at them. There are always 3 of them that we have here. Top 3 active traders. GTCO, that is putting in 6.5 billion, while Champs put in 249.7 million, as well as the custodian that brought in 2.1 billion. Okay, the custodian should have gone ahead of Champs because that happens to be billion, unless it's not billion any longer. Well, we'll go on. That is just what we have there amongst them. If there is any oil business there, let's talk about that too. The West Texas Intermediate crude went for $63.11. And again, it's an improvement because it has added 10 cents. Before it was $63.01, but now it's 11, and it's 0.16% increase. Brent crude went for 67.13, that's $67.13. So it's an improvement of 20 cents, 0.20, and the percentage is 0.30%. While we have Murban crude goes for $68.22. That is from Libya. And then what we have there is 0.06, and then the percentage again on the 0.09, something like that. Then Bonny Light, our own Bonny Light is still at 78.62, which has been steady on for a while, 2.10 decline, and then 2.04% as far as the increase percentage is concerned. Well, that's what we have right now from this segment. We'll keep it and we'll return again to where we were before we started. I am sure, I believe that we'll also be able to give you from the business news today, all things being equal. I need to hear from people eventually to ensure that it's there. And before we get there, let's return again and continue. We have discussed, I'm still talking, of course, with Dr. James Komolafe. We've talked about the first 2 mistakes that the startups make. So we want to continue to find out more. There are many more. I did mention that there are specific things he has brought out together, talking about the 25 mistakes. A beautiful book he put up. Thank you so much, sir. We will still be looking at that as we go on anyway. But for this day, let's continue with this. Now we're taking number 3, number 4, and let's see what happens.
Yes. Another common mistake very many of the startup make is they overpromise and under-deliver.
Okay, they make excess promises.
Excess promises. For God's sake, why will you promise what you know you cannot deliver? just because you don't want to miss it. Oh, uncle, can this thing be ready by Wednesday latest, by noon? So even Tuesday, I'll bring it.
You can even have it on Tuesday night.
You can even have it on Tuesday afternoon. And when Tuesday comes, your number is not getting through, no response from you, only for you to call on Thursday afternoon to say it was one cow that passed the road and you are beginning to give, I'm blocked the way. I had a deflated tire, and you start complaining and looking for pity. They just know, no. This guy is not at our level. Let's look for somebody else. Please replace him immediately. So what do you do where you fall into such kind of thing at times, and you know you are not going to be able to meet with the set target? Report ahead.
So I really think that it's even better. It's wiser
to under-promise and over-deliver.
Yes. So that
you say, okay, by Wednesday, excellent delivery. That's how to do it at a startup. And mind you, it's just start up. And the issue is consistency in the practice, because people must take your trust serious. So what we tell them is to raise the trust competence.
Remember, there's something, when we were talking at the beginning, we were talking about startups and not something else. I think it's, if it's not startup, it is closed down.
If it is not startup,
it's closed down. You're closing down.
You are closing down immediately.
Better start up.
So start up with power, with passion, with potential.
And positivity.
And positivity in your product. Engaging your potentials. And whatever energy you started with as a startup, please keep it going. And keep it glowing as well as you keep it going on. Very vital. So please avoid over-promising and under-delivering. Deliver. Let your yes be what? Yes. What you cannot do, in fact, okay, it's better to beg for more time.
Yes.
What is in it? How that this little time you are asking for is to their benefit, not because you are careless or that you don't know what you are doing. So very vital, don't promise what you know you cannot deliver. And when you are quick to say, no problem, it's doable, no problem. By the grace, people even hide under grace. By God's grace. By God's grace. By God's grace. Will you be here 9 a.m. on Monday? Oh, by God's grace. I will even be here 8. And by 12, you are saying no. So that's character issue. Character deficit. That's why most of these challenges startups have are behavioral in nature. And life is 70% behavior and 30% operations. So if your behavior has a K-leg, I'm sorry, your product is going to have F-leg. It won't fly. Or that service. So that is another one. And the other one is they talk but they don't listen. You are not a radio, for God's sake. Do more listening. In fact, active listening to your clients. Give them visibility. They feel important. Listening to the criticism, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because they will help you to know where you need to change things, buckle up, adjust for better service, for better outlook, and for better impact. But if you do all of the talking, just because you are a master seller and all of that, people will just leave you because you are not listening to them. They will just find something else to or to say just to wish you off their very presence. So don't be all mouth all of the time. Hear people and be very receptive. Take criticism very positive, because for your customer to even complain and say something is because he wants to build trust with your service or your product. But by the time you show some kind of emotion that you are not particularly glad about that compliment, or you even say it out, then you are a quack. Go look for something else to do. You are not a business person. So every opportunity for criticism is an advantage to you to just scale up, raise the level of the service or the product that you are supplying. So very vital. Please do more of listening, because in listening, it gives you 5 opportunities as an added advantage. 1, you are cool, you are calm, you are calculated. 2, you are able to sense the direction of your business and where it's going, so that you can know whether you can even create more business or more services. And then 3, it builds trust and bonding between you and your client, because they say, Kai, the man listens very well. And then 4, you are able to turn the searchlight inward to see the best response to give. You are not rash in talking. And number 5, people see maturity, that you are not just out to make money by making money through the value you contribute, but this man is mature. No matter what we say, he's just listening to us, and he tells us he's going to do something about it, and often we see him changing. So people rely more on such personality than anyone who they are even afraid of. They say, Madam so and so has come, oh, we are not buying today, or tell him we don't need his service or her service today. So please be calm, listen to your client very well, understand their need and what is even informing those needs, so that you can just carve in solutions that is great, that is meeting their needs and intervening in the situation for which they are looking for. So that's number 4. And
okay, it's an ongoing process. Please do follow us on our YouTube page, and even on the Facebook and all our social media platforms, including Instagram, just at KAFTAN TV. Please do join us, because there are things you need to find out, like as we are on 6 now. If you did miss out on any other ones before now, previous editions, watch and follow, so as to be able to understand what's going on now and make your contributions.
Or ask questions.
Ask your questions, really. Ask your questions, and we will respond. If we see your questions, we will respond as the program goes on, because it still continues. Please, it's a continuous exercise. Please do join us. And of course, if you like what you're seeing, inform your friends to join. We, in most cases, do live streaming of what we do. So you can call your friend that is in Britain, call your friend that is anywhere in the world, call your friends that's in the village to watch via the live streaming exercise we're doing. That way you learn, you help someone. There are people you know that you need to include in this program. Please don't hesitate to do that. And we'll be glad to see that you're doing it. Do we have our news from the business news right now?
As the Naira navigates the forex market's efforts to expand access to electricity gained momentum as the African Development Bank, AFDB, approves a $3.9 million technical assistance program aimed at turning energy commitments into actual electricity connections for millions of Africans living without power. The initiative, Start Mission 300 Phase 2, supports the bank's broader Mission 300 goal of electrifying 300 million people by 2030. The 2-year program will provide direct technical support to 13 African countries, including major economies such as Nigeria, Kenya, and Ethiopia, as well as smaller nations like Gabon, Mauritania, and Lesotho. It targets nations where national energy plans exist, but implementation has lagged, bridging the gap between planning and delivery. Start Mission 300 Phase 2 focuses on 4 key areas, which includes reforming electricity regulations, strengthening national utilities, improving data collection and knowledge sharing, as well as embedding expert advisors within government, compact delivery, and monitoring units to coordinate reforms in real time. The initiative builds on Phase 1 of Mission 300, launched in December 2025, which established and operationalized these government-embedded units. According to Wale Shonibare, AFDP Director of Energy, Financial Solutions, Policy and Regulation, the program aims to ensure that more household entrepreneurs and communities actually get electricity, emphasizing that technical expertise and coordination are as crucial as financial investment in expanding power access. While CPP calls for stable farm prices to protect farmers and boost food security, Nigeria's currency market shows mixed trends, reflecting ongoing pressures in the foreign exchange space. According to a report, Nigeria's currency market shows mixed trends on February 3rd, 2026, and the Naira strengthened slightly at the official NAFEM window, trading at 1,384.50 Naira till the dollar up 6 Naira 50 kobo from January 30th. Meanwhile, in the M2 segment, the dollar fell to 1,445 Naira as the Naira lost ground against the pound, euro and Canadian dollar, trading at 1,981 Naira, 1,705 Naira and 1,060 Naira respectively. According to the Central Bank of Nigeria, the country's external reserves rose slightly from 46.176 billion US dollars to 46.280 billion US dollars, a 0.23% increase. Analysis, however, shows that while official rates show some stability, the mixed movement highlights continued pressure in the foreign exchange market. The Center for Promotion of Private Enterprises, CPPE, has urged the Nigerian government to adopt a farm price stabilization and farmer income protection framework to safeguard farmers, agribusiness investors, and the broader agricultural value chain. In a policy brief, CPPE Executive Director Dr. Muda Yusuf highlighted the negative impact of recent food import surges, which have caused price collapses at harvest, weaken farmer incentives, and threaten investment in agriculture. While consumers have benefited from lower food prices, Yusuf warned that the long-term consequences, falling production, declining farmer incomes, and reduced investor confidence could undermine Nigeria's food security objectives. The framework, CPPE says, should be rules-based, market-friendly, digitally enabled, and targeted, explaining that it would include minimum guaranteed prices, MGP, for strategic staples such as maize, rice, sorghum, and soybeans, combined with reforms in storage, warehousing, and commodity trading systems. The initiative also calls for modernizing Nigeria's strategic grain reserves to serve as a buffer against price volatility, buying grains during harvest gluts and releasing them in lean seasons. Yusuf further stressed that a coherent policy approach would balance affordable food for consumers with sustainable farmer incomes, strengthen value chains, attract private investment, expand rural employment, and enhance Nigeria's economic resilience. He urged collaboration between federal and state governments, commodity exchanges, development finance institutions, and private investors to ensure effective implementation.
Thank you so much. That happens to be from the business news. I believe you did get it loud and clear the way it is. I still here on the program, The Economy Today, with New Year Reinforcement 6 as our main topic, and then, of course, common mistakes of startups as the main talk on the program on this particular edition. And what is it we're talking about? These mistakes, we have looked at them, we have seen. Of course, myself and my guest who is here today, a huge resource person that is here, Dr. James Komolafe. He has dealt with the mistakes, and today he's deciding that we're picking 5. There are 25 of them, as I said. We're picking 5 for today, and he has given us 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we're just going to the 5th one. Doctor, let's just look at that. And by the way, Dr. James Komolafe is a behavioral change specialist. Okay, let's take that.
And we want every startup to maintain a same business behavior.
That's it.
Everything you do,
business behavior.
there's a behavior attached to it. You fail from there, I'm sorry, every other thing is a failure.
Yes.
So the fifth common mistake of startup is that they don't show up too frequently. They only show up where there is a problem. They say, Madam is calling again. We don't know. Has she not been paid? Uncle is calling again. What's the problem? People only hear you when there are issues. No, that's no relationship. The more you can build relationship as a startup with your prospect, with your raving fans, with your customers and clients that are even ongoing, the more they will patronize you. And they can afford to sacrifice anything just for patronage with you. But by the time it's just transaction all of the time, it won't work. So please don't just put a call through. Find out how they're doing. Give them surprise visit. Not because you came in for transaction, but just for conversation, discussions. Oh, how is your company? I hope you're fine. Just to keep tab with what you are doing and all of that. Not that, Madam is calling. She has never called us before. Why is she calling? We don't need that service now. Why is she calling? Because they only see your call
Yes.
when you want to transact, you want to ask for your money, your payments, and the rest of it. So startup, please, it's a startup like we said. And if it is up, keep taking the game up and up. Don't let it down. Because business world today deals with the tempo of your emotion. The mood you start with, please keep it up and continue.
Okay, let's look at the fact that there are what you refer to as simple fix. Let's look at the simple fix for all of these. Though you've almost mentioned it all, because you did a perfect
very vital
blending of all of this. So, but then there are simple fixes that are there, especially why it hurts, and then we have a simple fix. Like when you talked about they push money too early. It said
don't
the
do
simple
that.
fix is help first, sell after trust grows. Then they promise more than they can do. And what it looks like is that I'll get it done quickly. No problem when it actually is. And
then they talk too much without listening.
Yes.
It's also another one.
Yes, and you promise. So a simple fix again: promise less, deliver more. Just
very
as
critical.
as you mentioned in almost in these. Check in even when nothing is wrong.
Nothing
That's
is
this
wrong.
number 5 that
Very
you just
vital.
talked about. And why it hurts is that if you don't do it, the relationship will seem to be fake.
If relationship is fake, the responsibility side will also go fake.
Yes, so they should not only show up when there is problem, they should show up even
or when there is
often.
business.
Yes, when there is business.
Show up at some other time.
Yes,
and they say, oh, madam, hope nothing. You say, no, just to know that you are fine.
Yes.
And I just came to keep tab. And because you are in their memory, and you are always around and all of that. We are not saying leave what you are doing.
No.
But
I mean, how long does it take to make that small call?
Very vital. Oh, uncle, how you doing? Just to say hi.
Yes.
Hope work is fine.
Yes.
How about your family,
Yes.
your children? Don't say which one is my own.
And then there is the easy daily guide that you mentioned that are
very
practical.
Pivotal. 5 of them.
Pivotal and practical.
The first one is be consistent.
Yes.
In your character, in your attitude, in the emotion you bring out per time. Be consistent. 2, don't rush for money. Don't rush for money. Oh, my money. Before they say 3 things, you have said money 2-3 times. No, it's not about your own money, rather the solutions they want to get through you. Find out, is this thing serving you well? I hope that problem is sorted now and all that. They say, oh, thank you, uncle. That thing was a perfect fix to our problem. In fact, we will need more. That's how to do it.
Yes.
So please be very consistent. Don't rush for money, and be clear and honest.
Yes.
Honesty, people say, is the best policy.
Yes.
When they know you do business with honesty, they will always patronize you, and then your price will go in. But where you are dishonest in some ways and all of that, and you are not coming out with the fact and figures tallying, then you miss it. And then keep listening more than you talk, and stay in touch regularly.
Yes.
Treat your customer the way you want them to treat you. That's a golden rule there. When you give,
Others what you want them to do unto you.
it will be given back to you. Good measure,
Pressed down,
pressed down.
shaken together.
You look like a pastor.
And running
Running over. Will may add to you.
Yeah.
So what you give out, you get back in business. So do it with zeal, do it with enthusiasm. Take a course. I think KAFTAN TV is rolling out a short course for you online for you to be skilled in the area you are good. Are you passionate about a product or service out there, or you have a talent skill? You don't know how to turn them to business. That's why a forum like this is good. And on all the social media of KAFTAN TV, an opportunity is out there for you to grasp, especially these 25 common mistakes startup make. Get your copy downloaded and look at those errors so that you can avoid them in your own situation.
Yes, and if you have made
and
any
help
of
somebody
them,
out there.
you correct yourself.
You correct yourself.
That's another important thing.
Very vital. Don't wait to make business error because they are unforgivable.
Well, there is a sentence we must remember. One sentence to remember.
Treat your customers the way you want them to treat you when you are new and unsure. First impression matters a great deal. The way you handle it is the way they will handle your service or product per time.
And concluding this program today with the important notice you have given.
Yeah, very vital. You have an issue there, you have a talent, you have an idea. We can support you to build it, build the skill that is necessary for you to start up. And as a startup, after building skill, you also need to scale so that your business gains continuity, you are making money, smiling to the banks, and this year you are reinforcing the fact of your energy working on pivotal grounds where you can make resources, contributing value to society and helping some other platforms to get by meeting their needs. And it can be at any level, online, offline, and on-site. Everywhere in Nigeria and Africa, for a city, for a road, is paved with gold. But it takes your being business conscious and savvy to turn oppositions into opportunities, and from there you create value to solving problems, engaging people, and creating interventions there at any level.
In addition, when you look at opposition, you can always take it, you can always also turn it to opposition. Because when it is opposition or opposition, it is, when it is O, it means it is a circle around which
That's
there are so
inside
many,
there
so
from the media mogul.
Exactly, from so many beautiful things that you can get from inside it.
You go around
so
it.
You don't just cast it aside. You see that position and go around it. Find things that will help you.
You penetrate it.
Yes, penetrate and get into it.
And get into the position. So opposition is an asset.
What to be afraid of. Yes.
It's an asset, not a liability.
Yes.
It's an asset.
Study it and penetrate the position.
And in case you are there, you have oppositions all around you. Those are incentives for you to make money. Talk to us. We will support you and turn those oppositions to true position for businesses for you. And before we were through, they said a guy came to Africa and saw that they were not wearing shoes in those medieval times. And he felt, God, I will catch tetanus, and he ran back.
Yes.
Another one came and said, wow, they don't wear shoes here.
Wonderful
He sent
opportunity.
to his home country, please
Bring shoes.
bring shoes
Different
here.
sizes.
There is a market opportunity here of various sizes, and he made money. While the other one made what?
Nothing. He
Made
ran away.
nothing, ran away. So don't be afraid. Where you see crisis, issues, and all of that, they are just point blank opportunities for you to do business. And don't do business that you don't know about
Right.
just because you want to make money.
Thank you so
You may
much.
not be able to do
That's
so.
how we'll round off what we've got today. Round off effectively what we've got today with our great resource person talking about the human resource personnel. I don't know what
Human
to use.
behavior.
Human
Sure.
behavioral change consultant that we brought to help us do this. I know there are changes you put into effect in your own businesses and for a difference to be made. Dr. James Komolafe, thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here.
We look forward to having you again next Wednesday to continue. We
Thank
just
you
took
very
1
much.
to 5. We'll take the rest.
Yes, we'll
There
see
are
how we
25.
can
Yes.
do it in a jiffy,
Yes.
so as to support your effort in starting up and going up.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Well, dear
you.
viewer, that's how we'll round off entirely. And we'll say thank you for watching. And don't forget, hit us up on our
Social media handle.
pages, handles. And let's share this discussion some more. Bring up your questions. The solutions are there. Just ask. We'll find the answers. Thank you so much for being there. Come again, of course, we'll still continue. Let me thank Divine Dabrilaya. Let me thank him for being part of what has happened here today to perfect it. Thanks to Ephraim Umonna. Thanks to Sanusi as well, Sanusi Adebayo. Thank you. And to everyone, there has been Sam around, Sam Maji. I'd like to thank all of you. I want to say that it's been a great way doing things. Special thanks to Victor Adeye and Felix Akinjagula. Thank you all. May the best happen to us all, always. Okechukwu Onubogu here. See you again.